Welcome to Goat Talk Live.
I don't know. I get a little tired of hearing, right?
The 99 is terrible. Here, I'm lacking for some reason. It's real white and flabby.
WTF. What are we doing?
Eddie, I tell everybody to listen that we're a really big deal.
Continues to grow and grow and grow.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Goat Talk Live here on ATYL Media. My name is Eddie Smith. I'm a nobody. I'm joined by Patrick Dravick, the CEO of Goat Locker Racing. And tonight, we actually found him. We put out an Amber Alert, and you probably saw it on your phone, and we were able to locate him. He was in a black Tahoe going down I-20, and we were able to find him. And here he is, Jacob Ellingson, Director of Competition. How are we doing tonight, guys?
It's good. Glad to be here. It's always fun for me to watch the introduction that happens and see how things have morphed. Like, you used to not wear a hat, Eddie, and you had this magnificent hair. And it was just these golden locks of hair that went across. And we haven't seen them in a while, man. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling nostalgic.
Just missing my hair? That's look.
Maybe.
I got a haircut today. It's still there. But just
okay.
a lot shorter.
All right.
Yeah. I got it cut today, so no locks. And I can go put some on if you want. I got hair.
Matt, you do.
I bought hair. I bought hair from the store,
that you
so
did.
I can go put it on if you want. So, well, Jake, it's glad to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for making time for us. I know you're a busy man. It's hard to run you down, but you doing all right?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Just a little bit of shopping last week with the family, so that's why I missed last week. But you guys tracked me down, and Pat sent me about 10,000 Discord messages, beating and badgering me to come on this week. So here I am.
Yeah, I know. We really had to put in the work to get you here on the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Well, it's always good to have you on, Jake, and kind of get to hear about what's going on behind the scenes. That's what we love. That's what this podcast is supposed to be, is I'm trying to get my hat situated back. But it's always good to have people from inside Goat Locker that do things that people don't understand or don't know about. Just know him as sort of a Red Bull, drinking, a headphone throwing son of a gun. And, well, you're going to find out that, all that's true. And then he also does Goat Locker stuff. So, it's going to be fun to hear about all of that. Before we get into any of that kind of stuff, though, is I keep fixing my hat here to try to get it right after showing my hair. We got to thank SAVE22. We are presented by SAVE22. What does that mean? Well, that just means that they sponsored the podcast.
That's the short of it. Yep.
I didn't know I'd have to explain it to y'all, but that's what it is, and we love them over there at SAVE22Vet. Go check them out, and you can check it out right here. SAVE22.vet is the website, and at SAVE22Vet on YouTube. If you want to go check out Tuesday Talk, if you want to watch the shows, they're amazing. If you want to get in there and chat with them, talk with them, they're always there every Tuesday. And they're willing to talk to you if you need some help. If you just want to be a support and show them the Goat Locker love, you can always go and comment on a video, live chat if you're there on Tuesday mornings or just any time. But go check out their socials. Stay in touch with what they're doing. They're doing great things just like Goat Locker is. Everybody's got space. There's plenty of space. Plenty of veterans out there that need some help, need some love. And what are you shaking your head about?
I don't know. We got comments already starting to flow in. Somebody now wants Lincoln Tech hats in the web store. I'm sorry about the Lincoln Tech hats. Jake has them all. Like he got them all, every single one of them. So you're gonna have to make some sort of behind the dumpster agreement with Jake to get one of them hats. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, what we need to do is get Amber to make like a create a hat section so people can make their own damn hats. So Warren Clayton will shut the hell up.
No, I don't think that's a good idea at all. I don't want to see what people.
I think it's a great idea, but it won't be me that has to answer for the consequences. So, I mean, if they buy their own hat,
True.
That's their hat. And we don't have to advertise that
True.
they put whatever they want to on there. Nobody will ever see it. But anyway, I want to thank SAVE22 for their sponsorship, and we love them, appreciate them, and we go hand in hand on what we're all about. Also, want to make sure that we talk about NASCAR D.shop. Go check them out. Here's your little QR code and the web address if you want to go check it out. ATYL Media is where we are. You're watching this on ATYL Media, and we appreciate Taylor Kitchen for being so gracious to let us be a part. Let us just come in and just like a bull in a china shop and hopefully do a little bit of good here. And but go check her out at ATYL Media. Watch her podcast, but also support her sponsor, which is NASCAR D.shop. Go check that out. And tell them that ATYL Media sent you. I'm sure she would appreciate that. Well, all of our other partner sponsors, we got Glove Station on there. I don't know why I put just Glove Station. There's so many partners. Let's do this, just so nobody's getting mad. We don't want anybody getting mad.
I don't think they'll get mad.
No,
maybe.
I just made that up. I don't think anybody would get mad at all.
Nah.
We got a great show tonight. We're going to jump right into it. We already wasted 5 minutes, me just yammering. But let's take a look at a video. We got our 13th Sim Rig winner. Go ahead and get this out of the way, and then we'll kind of hear Pat's thoughts about it. Let's take a look at your newest Sim Rig giveaway. And let's check.
Good morning, everybody, here on a beautiful fall day here in Indiana. What better day to give away our 13th Sim Rig? Thanks to the wonderful fundraiser we had about a month ago, we were able to raise the funds and do our very first one to a first responder. Mike Swartzen, we're coming to you, 20-year veteran of the fire department. But first, let's go pick up Andy and, of course, Mitch from MK Fire Designs. Well, we just got done delivering our 13th Sim Rig, and what an incredible experience. But I want to take a moment and just say thank you. Thank you to everybody that is watching this right now, who has supported us over the years, all our phenomenal partners. It has been an incredible journey as an organization and the things that we get to do. Over $35,000 worth of equipment we have awarded out to our nation's warriors and first responders, and today was a very special day. For the first time ever in Goat Locker racing history, we awarded that equipment to a first responder. I can't tell you how humbled I am, how proud I am, and just what, again, an incredible journey this has been. So you all stay tuned. The work, it will never be done, and we will continue to fight for our warriors. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next video.
Love it. Love it. 13th Sim Rig, Pat, and did it for the first one for the first responders out there, Mike Swartzen. How about that?
Yeah, it's always a great time. And I learned some things too, on the last video, because it seems like anytime one of these videos pops up, somebody's got to say something to me. And I'm like, yep, I jacked that one up too. So last video I learned, which has nothing to do with this delivery whatsoever. So that's okay though. Don't wear your sunglasses when you're filming yourself, because it shows in the sunglasses. Learn that lesson. And two, I should leave myself a little time after I'm done talking and then hit the button. So it's not like an immediate, you're seeing me end the recording type thing. So I have things to work on, is what I've learned from this whole experience. That's what I got from the whole experience.
Well, I can tell you that you're the only one thinking of this stuff. So.
Oh man, no, we had such a great time. I mean, it was awesome, and it's always so much fun when we get one of our sponsors to come out there. And I've met Mitch many a different times, had a chance to hang out with him a couple times. But for him to be available to come out and do the delivery with us to one of his fellow firefighters was amazing. And these guys they've known each other for quite some time. I think it had been 7-8 years since they'd even seen each other. So to see that happen was really cool. and and just to be there talking with Mike and his experiences, and then we did a little bit of assembly, as you saw there too, which we typically don't do, but that was one of the rigs that came from the Sim Expo, and so we wanted to help him out with it a little bit because there weren't really any instructions, and so we got that all kind of fixed up for him too, and then we did that one a little bit. I'm going to say earlier in the day. I think we got to his house around 10:30, which wasn't too bad. But that gave us an opportunity for all of us to go out to lunch together, which has never happened before either. So, me, Mitch, and Andy and Mike all went out to lunch, had a great lunch, exchanging, stories. Two of us talking about military stuff, two of them talking about fire stuff. Just an incredible time, and I know he was super psyched up to get it built, to get it ready to rock and roll. And I know that he's been out there on track as well, and he was excited about the sports car series. I don't know why sports car keeps turning its head up every time I turn my head around, but it seems that that's the spot to be right now. So I can't wait to see him out on track a little bit more, get him used to some oval stuff as well. His schedule is going to be funky. He's a firefighter, so he's going to miss some races here and there, but we'll definitely see him a lot.
Yeah, I love the video of Andy showing him how to hook it up and pointing at all the stuff. And the reason why, because it makes you think of if you've ever been at like a Christmas party and a couple kids, you got the older kid and the younger kid gets like a new Hot Wheels track. That older kid's like, yeah, so you put it right there and then you put this right here, do that. It's, yeah, do it like they're trying to play with it, but they want to respect that it was theirs, And that's the way it looked with Andy. He was like so excited. He's like, yeah, so you do right here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
love it.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. It seemed like it was a lot of fun. Man, 13 this time. This isn't just Goat Lockers. The nonprofit in Indiana Department of Veteran Affairs. This is one that everybody in chat right now can celebrate. And so you had maybe if you didn't do much, you had a small part in that. You're still a part of it, and that's really cool, man. To have the community be able to be a part of something like that, then see it happen, and see something really cool happen after it.
Yeah, and I think that is a very cool part about that. We talked about that last week too. This one was presented by the community. Yeah. I just tend to be the face of it and get to do the deliveries and things like that. And we had a lot of great nominations and recommendations for those to get the equipment. Went through our normal selection process. I hinted around last week, and I'll say it again this week. That's part 1 of 2. And part 2 is going to be coming here very shortly. We're working on a couple of logistical things. And then, oh, by the way, not only is part 2 of that coming, but Simrig number 14 is up on deck, and that selection process has begun. And so we've got a couple really deserving veterans. Jake's getting his Red Bull. I got you. Stay strong, brother. Stay strong. Stay awake. So it's going through its selection process. So we're going to close out this year super, super strong.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, can't wait to talk to Mike, and had great opportunity to talk about the Warrior Spotlight, which happens to be the same fellow, Mike Swartzen. He is, of course, a first responder. He's from Indiana, served in the United States Air Force for 4 years in the fire service. During his time, he deployed to Korea and Pakistan in support of our great nation. Once returning home, he decided to continue his career in the fire service. He's been a firefighter with the Indianapolis Airport Fire Department for the last 20 years. Wow. And he was introduced to racing by his father, who used to take him and his brother to Road America for IndyCar, which GT3 beat Road America this weekend. When they were young, and Mike has now taken his family to races at Road America. He enjoys IMSA and racing F1, and we're proud to have him as a part of a Goat Locker family. So that's your Warrior Spotlight for the next 6 months. And, man, we sure do appreciate everybody that was a part of that fundraiser. Like I said, this is all off the backs of all the work that went into that. And, hey, look, if you donated $2, you have a hand in that, and that's cool, man. So, next time we do a fundraiser, Pat,
Yes,
which might be coming up soon, do you think?
Yeah, so and we'll talk a lot about this. I mean, 2026 is definitely in the planning stages. It is always crazy around here. You hit the playoff season and you kind of get focused on the playoffs. And then I think to myself, well, the playoffs are 5 weeks long. We take 3 weeks off, and then the spring season starts. So I've got 2 months, well, less than that right now, to get ready for the next season of Goat Locker Racing. And part of that planning definitely is the next fundraiser. I've had a lot of discussions. I got a board meeting next Tuesday night about what the next fundraiser is going to look like. Because not only do we want to continue to do the fundraiser races, which we have a ton of fun with, we even had a ton of fun with that qualifying challenge. That was fun and exciting and had a great time with it. We want to continue those and do those, I'm going to say a little more often, but not a lot often. I don't think every time you guys turn your head around, you want to be beat up, about donating to Goat Locker Racing. That's not the point. But a couple a year, definitely to help support what we're doing and to help get more equipment out there would be great. But we're definitely in the planning of an actual in-person charity event. And so we're in talks with a couple different people and seeing what we could do with that. And so I'm hoping sometime in the late spring, we're going to announce, we'll announce sooner than that, but sometime in the late spring, we'll have our very first in-person charity event that people can come to, and we'll have auction items. It'll be a buy a ticket to it type deal. And we'll try to raise a lot of money to do a lot more good. But,
Awesome.
If anybody's got any really cool ideas, and we always throw it out there and you get the wackiest crap ever about, what puts on a good fundraising race. I think the last one was tremendous. The ARCA cars at Las Vegas was so much fun.
Yeah.
It really, really was. And we've
Yeah.
done them in the past on drafting tracks it's like the great equalizer. Anybody can win, and everybody, doesn't take a whole lot of talent, right, Jake?
That's
run one of those races. But I think we hit on something there with the ARCA car in Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So, but yeah, I mean, we're always open to any type of suggestions. I see stuff flying around all the time, and I don't know. We'll get it together. We'll have a blast with it. But
Here come I can just feel the dirt guys coming through with that. Show me your ideas. Dirt. And all 6 of you show up. Well, man, been a fun little bit of season so far. The Sim Pit podcast should be coming up pretty soon, Pat. I don't know if you have any more information about that, but if you don't, be excited to let us know whenever. I'll let y'all know whenever it comes out, so you can go watch it, check that out, and support Goat Locker.
Yeah, so Amir's doing all the editing this week. If you can only imagine, there's probably a lot of editing that needs to get done. To piece that thing together, but Amir is doing all the editing this week, and he should have something hopefully beginning of next week for me to I guess review or whatever. And I guess once I green light it, it goes, and I'm pretty sure whatever you put together is going to be just fine. Have you ever watched?
Well, that's nice.
Have you ever watched Goat Talk?
The bar is really low. The bar is really low.
Super low. It's super
Yeah.
low. And many of you probably saw Amir came into our Discord as well.
Yes.
And so I thought that was incredibly awesome. Amir is a veteran himself from the Air Force, did a lot of deployments and things along those lines. So him meeting us up there in Chicago and learning more about what we did really rang true with him. And so it was awesome. Before we even started recording, me and Andy just had an incredible conversation with him, exchanging stories and talking about the power of community and what the sim racing world does when it comes to building community. And so, yeah, really, really cool. But I don't have a date yet. It hasn't hit my desk, apparently, for my approval yet. And so whatever that means, I still think that's way too fancy. But it's way too fancy, man. But the minute it does, we'll let everybody know.
Yeah. Well, good deal. Well, that's exciting. That'll be a lot of fun. It's fun to interface with other people in the community. Yeah. I think that's really cool. And Goat Locker does. For all I say this almost every week, but the nonprofit is obviously a huge thing. It's doing so much good in work out there, and the actual racing league for veterans, being supportive for veterans, being a place for veterans. And, turns out if you talk shit about veterans, it's also a place for you to get your ass kicked out of. So, I love it, and I love that. But what I also love is that it's just a damn good racing league, and that's what's hard to find around here. It's hard to find that in iRacing. A lot of people go in a lot of leagues, and you kind of just, it's always some kind of BS, and and you come here to Goat Locker, and you got really good. It says lost connection.
No, I don't think so. Are we not live?
We were live.
It says live.
All right.
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay, we're still live. All right.
Restream
lied to me.
Ignore that last little bit, everybody.
Yeah.
Edit.
That's why SimPit records their their podcast. We do them live, baby. It'd be Goat Talk recorded if that's what we did.
Yeah,
we do
Goat
Talk live, baby.
We go hard.
But yeah, anyway, so it's a damn good racing league, and I think that's a pretty good thing to have. You got sort of a trifecta. So, all right. Anything else, Jake? You want to say something?
I just want to say that Eddie, we're not just a racing league.
Sorry.
We're not just a racing league. Yeah, okay.
No, we're an organization, not just a racing league, man.
But I said that. You remember me saying that before? I said that we were a racing league, right?
This is off the rails. We're going off the rails.
We are.
All right, Jake's not listening. But that's okay. Hey, that's okay. We're ready to move on.
Jake's the man. Yeah, but
I didn't say Jake what the man. Y'all, neither one of y'all listen. Hello, can y'all hear me? Hello,
I hear you.
Hello, is this working? This thing on?
Yeah, is it on? Hello.
Well, hey, look, we got something else to talk about. We got the daggum web store is launched. If you see it right there, you can sign that Goat Talk QR code. Expand on that, you dork. Yeah, they're giving you a little bit of love there, Jake.
I don't know what's happening.
Neither do I.
I've been lost. Chat. That's okay. That's why I'm here, baby. Go check out the web store if you're looking to buy some really cool Jam Printing Promotions gear, some really cool Goat Locker stuff, Goat Locker branded items, and go check out that. I'm really kind of trying to waste a little bit of time because I'm trying to find the actual new link. GLRwebstore.com. It took me a minute. I found it.
Well, you can go to the regular website too, hit store, and it'll take you there.
You could. Or you could go to this new damn link that I just said, which was GLRwebstore.com, or you can scan this QR code. Or, go to the Facebook page or go ask somebody. PM Jake and ask him where to go for the web store. Oh, yeah. He loves a lot of PMs. A lot.
Loves them.
Loves them. So as many PMs you can get to Jake asking him where the web store is, he'll give you the link. But no, go check it out. I don't know, have y'all got any word on how that's been going? Anything changed over the last week for the web store?
Little slow. It's definitely been a little slow. And so we're working on a couple of promotions just to kind of pick up some activity. And I will let everybody know, we have hoodies in stock. We have T-shirts in stock. We have hats in stock. Long sleeve shirts are in stock. And so we spent a lot of time and money stocking the web store for everybody to go because this is what everybody requested. They're like, hey, we want a web store. We want a web store. Hey, guys, go to the web store. Order some cool stuff. If you use the code NEWSTORE15, you'll get 15% off your entire order. So use code NEWSTORE15 and you'll get 15% off your entire order. That way, hey, it brings it down a little bit, allows everybody to kind of get in there, grab you a hoodie. Last year we sold over 70 hoodies. I kind of stocked up a little bit thinking we were going to do something close to that. But, the more people we can get over there, the better. And, so the orders should be shipping out here soon as the stock has come in. If anybody's placed an order and you've ever got a question, PM Jake, he'll let you know exactly where your order's at. Or tell you how to track it. Just PM Jake. If you didn't know, Jake is also the director of the web store, along with director of competition. So any issues with the web store, anything, just send it to Jake. No, send it to me, and I'll get it tracked down. We're definitely Aber, your military discount is new web store new store 15. Cut it out. And we'll get it tracked down for you, or if we got any keeks in the system or anything. But again, we got hoodies in stock, t-shirts in stock, hats in stock, long sleeve t-shirts. The polo shirts and the quarter zips are made one off. So if you order it, it just gets embroidered and bam, out the window. We don't have to stock those items or anything like that. So anything that deals with embroidery, you can order it. If you got some weird request, I guess send it to me and I'll talk to Amber. And I don't know, maybe you do want a pair of boxer shorts. I don't know. Who knows? With a well-placed goat. I don't know. We can do all kinds of things, man. Send your ideas to Jake. Jake would love to hear all your ideas about Goat Locker Racing merchandise. Send it all to Jake. Hi, Jake.
Yeah, I love whenever you make a store like this. It always ends up like, why don't we get this on the store? Why we need this? Everybody's an idea guy. There's so many idea guys out there. We need some in action guys. You wanna 3D print some stuff and put it on the store? You can do that, I guess.
I guess I do got to give a little bit of a shout out to Mr. Lucas Lyons, who has already tried to shout himself out in chat, but that's okay. I understand. If you don't know Lucas too well, you know that, well, he's all over the place. And sometimes you got to show him a little bit of love, or he gets sad. He cries in a corner. And then you got to kind of pull him back up out of it and kind of, just kind of pet him a little bit. And he's okay again. I said it. It's okay. But Jake came up with this amazing idea, which has nothing to do with the web store, but kind of has something to do with what we're doing when it comes to new merchandise. Jake came up with this amazing idea about why can't Goat Locker Racing have their very own trophies, like custom made Goat Locker Racing, because I'm always ordering like different ones off this other website, which I think a lot of people have enjoyed that and things like that. So Jake went to Lucas because if you don't know, Lucas does 3D printing. I think he's done a lot of numbers for people. These, I haven't seen a 07 yet, but I'm here plugging his side hustle, Lucas. But Lucas designed this new trophy for us, and I can't wait to show everybody. We're not going to do that today, but all the new
Jake almost messed that up real bad.
I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited.
Oh, Lord. Oh, he was about 2 seconds away from it being leaked.
Oh, do you have one, Jake?
Yes. I have the pictures of it, yes.
Oh, okay. I actually have one of them.
We'll hold off.
Yeah, we'll hold off.
So I inadvertently leaked that we're doing this with 3D print stuff.
I know.
I didn't even know.
But it is so cool. Again, it's another one of these things that's so cool to see, is not only do we have our own merchandise and all the other fun stuff, and a lot of you are wearing all of that, and I do truly appreciate that. But we're now going to have our own trophies, and they are freaking cool. So this season's champions will get the very first Goat Locker Racing trophies made by Lucas Lyons.
That's pretty cool. I love it. I think it's awesome, and I think that adds just an extra touch. I mean, getting the same trophy I got whenever I for some reason my folks put me in some sort of kid beauty contest when I was a little kid. Getting those store-bought trophies. Do what?
No, they didn't. That did not happen.
I did. It did happen. I cried, and they let me go. I didn't like to be on stage, but anyway. That's from my therapist, really, more than anything. But anyway, so store-bought trophies are cool. I mean, the belts are cool, but, man, something like this is really awesome. So cannot wait to see those. Can't wait for other people to see them. That's some cool stuff right there. So we're not going to leak it, though.
Yeah, but the belts are still happening. I mean, our Premier guys will still end up, getting the belts for sure, because that's what.
Better watch out. You're going to make the Premier Series not as Premier. You're making all these cool-ass trophies.
We have next year as well. I don't know what to tell you on that one.
And Noah said kid beauty contest or dog show.
Ooh.
Cool, man.
Oh.
What?
Wow.
I don't know what Noah does. Like, he lives in Discord and chats and all this other stuff. And and he kind of gets beat around pretty good.
Wait,
He
he can
parked
dish
on the
it out,
damn
man.
track in
coming
the
back.
he parked on the damn track and brought out a caution in the ARCA series, and
No, not
people weren't really happy about that. So I don't know.
No.
Maybe he's starting to turn heel, I think, on Discord.
Intentionally bringing out a caution. That's no bueno. That's no bueno.
He didn't intentionally do it, by the way. I'll just caveat that. He was just trying to get off the track. He was having some wheel issues. So,
Skill issue.
Jake, you had some wheel issues in one of the races too, didn't you?
Yeah, it was Monday night. Yeah, Monday night, my wheel disconnected. Came unplugged from the power cord. Came unplugged from the back, and then on a restart, and just instantly.
Yeah. Somebody else, I think, on the same race had a problem, another problem. So, I don't know. NASCAR is throwing wheel cautions out there or something. I don't know. Well, they used to have a joke. I don't know if it was my dad or somebody would have a joke that when Dale Jr. was driving and they needed he was about to go a lap down, they would have the Dale Jr. caution and they'd have a remote control. Yeah, well, no, I think it was Dad. Daddy always said that they'd have a remote control in one of these backmarker teams like a Cody Ware. They'd have it set up on his left rear tire. When Junior was about to go a lap down, they'd blow the tire. So maybe that's what's going on. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what are we talking about? I don't even know. I'll tell you what. Well, we're already 30 minutes in, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Jake, we kind of wanted to bring you on, and Jake, Pat, Jake said that Pat didn't tell him anything about what. I don't know what's going on.
We're not a couple. It's not like a Bradley or whatever.
Well, I asked Jake. I said, did Pat tell you what you were talking about tonight? He said no. So I don't know what's going on. What are we talking about?
I love you to death, Jake. I truly do. All right. Let me save the day here a little bit. So one of the things that we're going to talk about here, and really we'll have an awesome discussion about it because you're a part of it too, Eddie, is, we finally put together an organizational chart. We have that organizational chart. And the whole purpose behind this really, as we grow as an organization, it's good to have some structure. It's good to know who does what, who do you yell at if something goes wrong, or I don't know, anything along those lines. But it's also really good to recognize the people that are doing the work. Titles are titles. This thing is that thing. But, as this organization continues to grow, this was kind of paramount in it. And so I'll let Jake talk a little bit about what his new role, which really has always kind of been his role. We just gave it a title and said, here you go, buddy. But as you kind of see here, there's two different branches of Goat Locker Racing. You have the nonprofit side of things, which is where I'm at, Andy's at, and John is when he's graphics and things along those lines. Jamie Barkus is really overall in charge of all the racing and everything that happens inside the racing world. And then you got Jake. Unfortunately, Jake directly works for Jamie. That's pretty funny. If that's probably awesome, actually. At the end of the day,
yeah.
And then you got old Eddie over there hanging out, and he's the director of marketing and broadcasting for us over there. And then it just it dives down into a couple different branches. Dan Krakeel oversees all the series directors and things along those lines. Helps out in that admin role of. That dude lives and breathes spreadsheets. He is a wizard, an absolute wizard with that stuff. So he's there to lend that arm and make sure people's number rosters are together, and things are happening like they're supposed to happen. And then Tim, I don't even know if he ever raised his hand for this or not. I have no idea. But Tim had kind of naturally took over the race control portion of Goat Locker Racing. So he's done a lot of training with the new guys. He makes sure people, much like you, Eddie, they're where they're supposed to be on what night of the week. And if anybody needs to fill in or anything along those lines. But yeah, this is the new organizational chart for Goat Locker Racing. And again, I'll kind of let Jake kind of talk through a couple different things from his point of view and what happens on a day-to-day basis here in Goat Locker.
Oh God, there's so much to digest in that.
Well, we gave you 2 weeks to prepare for it, Jake.
Oh yeah, and I prepared like
You had
10
one
minutes before
extra
halftime. It's pretty much what I'm doing is just I'm overseeing everything. You know, I'm the last stop before it gets to Jamie. I mean, really, it's my portion is to kind of keep Jamie and Pat out of the deals so they can focus more on the nonprofit side of things. So that's pretty much my job, is just to be that, to have that buck stop here, essentially. Anything else? Got it?
Yeah,
All
dude, please keep
right.
going. I'm
Nailed
loving
it.
this.
Nailed
it.
Well, talk a little bit about what's going. I mean, it's not an interview. You know, you're the director, so you tell us what's going on. So, you know, tell us about this season. Maybe talk about some challenges you had this season, things that y'all have done to try to rectify those challenges. What you're looking for, maybe to try in the winter series versus the spring, of like what changes, what processes are you trying to streamline, stuff like that.
I mean, I suppose the biggest challenge for this season would be getting the ARCA conferences split and everybody into the Pro-Am thing. I mean, me and Dan were on the computer for I think like 5-6 hours that day after we got done meeting, just organizing everything, getting everything squared away. And then Dan went even further and started doing like all the spreadsheets for you, Eddie, for the broadcast, and getting that split up and whatnot. I mean, that was definitely the biggest challenge we had all season. But other than that, we're just focused in. We're really starting to focus in on 2026 for the spring season. We got a few puzzle pieces to put into place for the 2026 season for things, and more stuff is coming up than we're taking care of. So the task list that we put together, that me and Dan put together, is getting longer, not shorter, unfortunately. But we're getting it squared away, one step at a time.
Or
Yeah.
Or one lap at a time.
Oh yeah, one lap at a time. Yeah.
Nailed it.
The crowd goes wild.
Nailed it.
Said it. He said the thing. He said the thing.
I said the thing. I did it.
Well, I know that the Xfinity Series director spot is open at the moment, so I don't know. Do you have somebody that you're looking to fill there already, or are we open season on that one? Or
we're definitely open season for Xfinity. There will be another series coming to GLR in spring on Thursday nights, so I will be looking for a series director for that. I am taking a step out of the series director role, and Charles Abert is stepping into series director, along with being like an assistant to Tim when Tim can't be there. So Charles Abert is taking over ARCA West and assisting Tim in race control stuff. Since Dan, Tim, and Charles all went through the rigorous Dan Krikil training for extreme scoring. So, so they all know that left and right. And, I can't thank Charles enough for taking that step on, and he's taken it on and ran with it so far. So he'll be a good asset to GLR and the ARCA series moving forward.
Well, that's cool. Cool. Anything else? Any other info that we need to talk about?
Oh, there will be another series. There'll actually be two series, one on Thursday, and then there's going to be another series on Friday that runs concurrent with the Premier Truck Series. So stay tuned for those announcements.
Cool.
We'll have a lot of stuff coming out in 2026. We're working through a bunch of different things. I think there's going to be a schedule change between a couple series.
Yes.
We're going to flip-flop a couple things.
Yes.
Mainly simply for the fact that Tim Jones has built an animal that just is slowly escaping its cage and taking over at this point in time when it comes to the sports car. So I know he's deep in the weeds right now about a multi-class and, what the multi-class is going to look like. And we feel that it would be better placed on a different night of the week. So we're going to do a little flip-flopping because sports cars has taken off so much at this point. We want to see it thrive. We want to see it grow. And I think that's phenomenal. Whoever thought, all this road racing would take off in an oval league, but here we are. And I think it's amazing.
I think that's what I'd tell you, that we're not an oval league anymore.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, I mean, Jake's busy plugging some holes right now and getting everything ready for the 2026 season. And I can't impress upon people enough. And if you've ever run a league or a series or any of those types of things, what an incredible amount of work it is. It's developing 7 schedules. It's working through all the different things with those schedules. It's, and then making sure everything gets loaded into iRacing and then concurrently gets loaded into extreme scoring because we are going to be using extreme scoring, starting in the spring. Dan Krakiel's put an amazing amount of work into it. And yeah, apparently he's giving crash courses to people because nobody could figure it out on their own, not even me. That man invested a ton of time. So there is a ton of work happening behind the scenes right now, and Jake's definitely at the forefront of all of it.
Well, I'm curious.
Not only for the 2026 season, I mean, we're already starting to plan for the summer series as well, getting things together and series together for that as well. So, I mean, it's not just the spring series, it's getting everything ready for summer series too. So we're not in a big rush last minute for that 3 weeks at the end of the spring season to kind of push things along.
Yeah, it's that time in Goat Locker's growth of, having good SOPs, in place to make things easier as you move on from next thing to next thing, and have things that streamline processes that make, things a lot easier as you're planning and having so much. And when you got so much going on, you got to make things easier to get there sometimes. So there's a lot of growth there. I've seen that a lot, and that's what this chart really is. It's just trying to streamline all of this stuff to where there's somebody that's over this, somebody's dealing with this, that, it's not just one person taking the heat and getting overwhelmed with stuff. And that's kind of the idea here, is to try to streamline that process, streamline the volunteers, the people who are putting in their time and effort. And, it's always cool to see. And it's a natural part of growing, is trying to, when you're a child, your skeleton is, and your ligaments and muscles are all tiny, and then you grow up, and if those don't follow, if your skeleton doesn't grow along with you, then you're just a blob. So we don't want to be a blob, is the name of the game. We need the skeleton to grow along with us, and that's part of what this is. So really cool to see all the work that's going into it. I am curious to hear, just because I haven't really – this is more for me, but, extreme scoring. What's the idea there? What's the big push for extreme scoring? What's the goal, and what's the trying to accomplish by moving everything over there? Because it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. There's race control software. There's a lot of stuff that has to learn. It's very complex and complicated. What is the end goal with extreme scoring?
It's a one-stop shop. Everything can happen within it, and it also allows us to have a page on our website that we can publish all of it to. It links directly into the website. It has all the widgets, gidgets, whatever the heck they are, that'll dump straight into the website. And so we'll have a members only section of the website that you can go to and check on, not only your individual stats, and that it'll keep track of all that as well, but just how things are going in each one of the series. It is, I'm with you, Eddie. I mean, it's very complex. Sometimes you look at it and you're like, I think it's a little too complex. It could be simplified a little bit, but thankfully enough, and this has been, almost a year in the making at this point in time, I think, that we've been trying to get that thing to push. And finally, Dan just grabbed a hold of it and said, I'm going to figure it out. Because, we've got money invested in it and all those types of things. And, and I see the benefit behind it. And so the guys have they've got their arms wrapped around it. It takes no effort from anybody else except for the series directors. They're just going to post links. You get to go check out the link. There's a link to your own driver page. There's, all that other kind of fun stuff in there. So it's no work on anybody else's part except for those series directors. So, and we're going to give it, I think for this season, a couple series have used it. I know late models.
Indy, late model, and GT3 have been using it.
Yeah, and so that's a good little test bed, and then we're going to try it full-fledged in the spring. And if we go belly up with it, we go belly up with it. But at least we gave it a good shot, and I could say that it was a decent use of our money to invest into it. We gave it our best shot.
Well, one thing that comes to mind that you spoke on just a minute ago is Go Locker's been around for a long time. Go Locker's been around for 4 or 5 years now. And 5 years in the future, Go Locker will have been around 10 years. Well, how many wins does Jake have?
Right.
How many championships does he have? How many does XYZ driver? What's their average finish in this series over the last 4 or 5 seasons? That's stuff we don't know. That's stuff we can't know. And I think that that's something that Extreme will definitely add is being able to go back and parse stats, and even for broadcasters, being able to go back and say, he won. He's won 30 races in this series, over the last 10 years. So that'll be a great place to have stats that you can go back and look at the history of things. So really cool. A lot of things that can come out of that would be really fun information that we just don't have now because iRacing is so piss poor at league stuff. I've been waiting on a big update to that for a long time, so I don't know if that'll ever happen. So I'm glad that we're working with this. So
I think you're going to continue waiting on that, Eddie.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool too with the individual stats because Dan Cunningham brings them up on Fridays. I don't know how he got that information. He must have just went back and looked at some historical data. Jake is always looking at historical data, because even when you archive the seasons on iRacing, you can go back and look at them. But he's pulled some cool statistics, and I think it'd be even cooler to do it on a much deeper level. I don't think we'll go back and over the past 5 years and try to load everybody's wins in or something because I don't know. Who knows? Yeah.
But being able to have a start from here, go forward. Be really cool.
Great.
Excited. And I think the race control software, while it's very complex, again, Extreme has nailed the complexity of all this stuff. It is a lot of buttons, but they do have a race control software that once everybody gets trained on it, race control can be complicated or it's just very simple. Do a couple things, that's it. And that race control software is robust. It ties right into the software and the website of things, which is really cool. And I actually talked to the guy over there at Extreme the other day about what they can do to try to help make it integrate into the broadcast and integrate, awesome. how we can use that information that's being given to race control and stuff. And we'll see where that goes. I mean, we have a really good system now where we have a broadcast chat that most people can't see. The RC lets us know, and then we can put it on the broadcast. But to see them be so interested enough to meet and try to say, hey, we want to make sure we're doing, what you guys need for us to do. We don't actually, I talked to him about exporting the CSV files for standings and results so we can do live points a little bit more effectively. Now I actually have to go and put all of my stuff in the Sim Racer Hub for a series, export it there, then take it and put it in ATVO for live points. So hear that they're interested in trying to help us be able to do that. It's really cool. So they seem like really great guys.
They are. They're phenomenal, and they've been on board with our mission and helping us out from day one. I've said it. I mentioned it a couple of different times. We've definitely spent money on it. But we have a stupid discount with them. They barely charge us much of anything, which I thought was incredible of them to do, and the reason we push so hard to kind of get it going. So, that's cool to hear that too. Kevin Ford over there is one of the guys that founded this whole thing, and he's an incredible guy to talk to. And I think he definitely has a passion for Goat Locker racing. And here he's linked up with you. I think that's freaking cool, man. Yeah.
So we're actually going to bring up a real quick an example of what this looks like on a website. You're talking about your widget and
Gadgets and
whatever it
widgets
is.
and gadgets and whatnot. And this is kind of what it looks like. Let me get this off the screen. But yeah, this would be something that it's an app widget. You take it, you can put it somewhere. So you click on the website and you go here. Here would be the live points with the playoff cutoff and all that kind of stuff. So you could definitely see the power and what it can offer Goat Locker. So this is just a great example of what's going on here in the late model series. And there you go. You can see Riley Duncan kicking everybody's butt, looks like. So So cool
Nothing
stuff.
new.
Can't wait to see more from that. Excited to see that Daniel is sort of taking the reins and you're gonna kind of show us. I'm sure it's like everything else. Once somebody learns how to do it and can explain it in layman's terms, because look, I'll be honest, that Extreme is awesome because you go on there and they've got videos. They've got thousands of videos. If you got time, if you got a little bit extra time, you can go on there and watch every single video. They've got so many. So, excited to see how that plays out. Should be a lot of fun to be able to go back and look at stats. I think that'll be so cool. 'Cause that's something that people in chat are talking about, that being able to go back and look at old races and their stats. You know, you go into officials, you race officials for long enough, you go in there and see your career stats in officials. And it'd be cool to have something like that for Goat Locker, just so we have a centralized place for all that. So, and that'll be real helpful. And it'd be easier whenever we are, I know I'm kind of rambling here, but it'll be easier whenever we get ready to add people to the league and have a centralized master list that we can use. It's a spreadsheet that's not so just, kind of spread out and stuff. On iRacing, the point of all this is that iRacing does such a bad job at league management that there needs to be a robust software to try to cover it. And look, it just is what it is. iRacing's got to work on that. It's bad. So we definitely need something like this. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see. Daniel's excited about it. I know he is. He's super pumped about it. He's having fun. He's doing one-on-one sessions with I want to say Kevin Ford is the guy's name. That's
Kevin.
over there. So so they've been doing one-on-one sessions. So if you have any questions about extreme scoring, definitely DM Jake Ellingson about them.
Yep.
No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, you're just the web store guy.
Yeah.
I just noticed you changed his name.
Thanks.
Director of the web store.
Yeah, I just noticed that. That's awesome.
Sorry, Amber, you got cut out.
Well, anyway, really, really cool stuff happening always. And, of course, then we got playoffs going on right now in the league, and there are so many things that we're excited about. That last week we talked about the playoffs from Monday. No playoffs on Tuesday, but kind of talked about the standings there. And then on Wednesday, the playoff situation there. However, we do have the playoffs for the Friday Night Truck Series. I'm not going to show up on screen. Y'all can talk about it if you want. You guys are in the race, so you can take the reins on this one. But you got Mark Widley. You got Patrick Drabick. Surprise, surprise. Jeremy Garner. Levi McCarty, which I'm going to be honest with y'all.
Okay.
I'm not going to let y'all – you may not want to have a take on this, but I love Levi McCarty being in this Friday Night Truck Series. I love it. He pushes the buttons in just the right way to get a little extra out of y'all, and I love it. I'm a big McCarty fan. He's the heel. He's the antithesis to some of the guys that have been around that Friday Night Truck Series. I love it. From a broadcast standpoint, it's a lot of fun. So I'm glad he's in the playoffs. Charles Avert's in the playoffs. Ellingson, you're in the playoffs. Kostick, George Jewell, Tyler Justice, Craig Bontrager, Jamie Mullins, and Jim Kaufman are your round of 12. So pretty good season in the Friday Night Truck Series, as always, the Premier Truck Series.
It's been awesome. I mean, the racing's always awesome. And, we had a couple quirky, races this last couple of races. And, but, I mean, the racing that happened in between time has been phenomenal. Now that the playoffs kick off, tomorrow night at Texas, I believe, the heat will get turned up a little bit. And I know there's a couple guys out there that are a little tired of getting driven, a little rough. So they're going to start, driving the the same people the same ways. So we'll see how all that plays out on track. We had some extracurriculars last night in the next gen, after the race was over as well. So you can definitely tell it's playoff time, and it's getting a little heated up around here.
I love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's see, where'd y'all race at last night? Texas,
Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte. Charlotte must be a GLR race because Cody one that y'all picked so y'all win every time because Cody McElwain, Patrick Rabbit, and Jamie Marcus, your top 3 from last night. How about that? It's rigged, boys and girls. It's rigged. It's all rigged for GLR. If you don't know that already, you ain't been around long enough. We put that extreme score in tracks that are likely for Goat Locker to win, and add Charlotte to the list apparently because they swept.
I'll say this: if anybody wants to type up a 15-week schedule and send it to me for next gen and trucks, by all means, send it to me, and we'll see how things go.
Well, it's honestly a joke.
Do I get to rebut any of that, or
no?
I just got to live with it. Okay, that's fine.
No, you're on the nonprofit side. We're talking about the league right now, so you don't get to say. Yeah. That's why Jake's here. But yeah, so it's cool to see. It's cool to see the top 3 there from last night. I heard a pretty solid race. And we're going to Texas in the Truck Series tomorrow night. Is that right? Yeah,
yes,
Texas.
sir.
So,
yes.
And it'll be the first round of the playoffs. Cannot wait for that. And the GT3 Series, I've missed it. I've missed it so bad. I can't wait to get back on track. They're going to be racing at Road America this week, which is It's hard for me to, as a guy that's been racing games for so long, all the way back to Gran Turismo's, the first Forza, the second Forza game. Road America's been in every one of those almost, and Road America is a fantastic GT3 track, in my opinion. And
it is.
If you got a big motor, if you got it long, it's a great track. So if you're kind of on the fence, definitely come out and check that one. I think I'm gonna be able to be there this week. I'm not sure, but I've been missing the season really, really bad. I don't know the standings. Oh, here's Extreme Scoring's got the standings. Jeremy Garner leads the way by 543 points over Tyler Justice in second place. So nice little battle there. Man, he's been kicking butt this season.
Yeah,
it's all them podiums. I think he had his 9 straight podium or something like that. It was crazy.
He joined the first time that he raced, and he joined the Discord, and he's like, this is the first time I drove these cars, and I think he finished second his first night. So that's sort of the running joke now, is that every time he joins, it's always like, this is the first time racing here. This is my first time in these cars, and then goes out and does a great job. So he's been doing really good, and that series has been hopping. Tim Jones been doing such a great job. That's his baby. So excited to see how the multi-class stuff works out. I'm interested in how that all is going to play out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one I'll drive. I think I love the GT3s, but I think I'd like to try one of the other classes.
Yeah, I don't even know what class it's going to be at this point in time. I think Tim's still kind of chewing on some things and talking to people. Yep. I know Jake's in those discussions as well, as just figuring out, what the other class is, because there's a lot you can choose from. And so I'm interested to see which one they land on as well. And then, how it all just kind of plays out, because once you throw that multi-class in there, I jokingly seen some guys, and they joke about a lot too, being, rolling chicanes, or they tried to get out of the way fast enough for some of these faster guys. Well, you put, prototype out there or whatever, they're going to have to get out the way real quick. Many times over, but that'll add to it, and it allows some guys that enjoy that type of racing as well to get behind the wheel of those cars and go have some fun.
Well, I think the skill of multi-class racing is not only just being fast, but how you deal with traffic. It's just like in regular NASCAR. You get up on a lap car, the guys who do a better job of navigating that are going to be the quickest ones. And a lot of times these cars share in responsibility when a wreck happens. A faster car, a slower car. I mean, it's all happening so fast. The speed differentials are so different that if you've not done an IMSA multi-class, I would suggest you go do it. If you haven't done the 24-hour or just joined a multi-class race, man, it's so much fun, but it is so stressful the first time because you have to constantly be watching your relative because those cars come up quick. And a lot of guys, they're expecting you to give away, and obviously you want to do as best you can to not get in the way. But then you see these guys in GT3s, these slower cars who are just like, oh, you're going to wait on me, and they cause accidents. So it's just it's always sort of it's a learning thing. Like you have to learn how to deal with traffic. What's the best place? I got to drive off the line here to keep the speed up. It's such a cool form of racing that doesn't get talked enough about when it comes to IMSA. It's just how multi-class is a skill in its own. How do you deal with this traffic? How do you make the right choices? And you're always just constantly being bombarded with something. So it'll be exciting.
I think so. And it'll just add another wrinkle to it. And again, we're gonna shift it over to a better night so it can continue to grow. And I'm excited for it, and I'm excited where to see they land, what the multi classes are going to be, and then the buzz that will come from that as well. Yeah.
So super excited about that. Well, I mean, that's going to knock out most of it. The Sunday night Xfinity Series, their playoffs are set too. Joseph McWhorter, Jonathan Cofield, Mark Whitley, Duncan Fall, Craig Bontrager, Barrett Morton, Wesley Burt, Kyle Deering, Jamie Lipke, Stephon Davis, George Jewell, and Frederick Seagraves Jr. going to be your playoff field. That series has been a lot of fun. Often one that kind of gets left out of the good racing. ARCA, you got the Premier Series that are kind of propped up on their history, and then you've got the ARCA Series that's come in like, just an outlaw, just coming in, just taking all the fun and a buzz. But the Sunday night Xfinity Series is actually a really solid competitive field that puts on some really good racing. So I enjoy just being there watching them. So if you want to go check out a broadcast, go check it out. They are fantastic races from start to finish. So really, really cool to see that. Of course, the ARCA Series, just mentioned that. I put out a little message, haven't gotten a whole lot of feedback. Would love to hear some more feedback, just trying to take in some stuff, make decisions. The split broadcast, everybody going to sleep right now, but the split broadcast was something that kind of happened because the day of, hey, we're going to do a split race. Okay, we'll figure out what to do. And so it kind of came out of nowhere. So just looking for feedback on how we could do that better, and the right way of doing it that's fair to everybody. That's not it's not going to be fair to everybody, but trying to do what's best, for that series and trying to make sure everybody, gets shown at some point the right way of doing it, but also the technical challenges that go into trying to make that happen. I'll give you an example of a pitfall that we have currently. There's only one person that can do the broadcast. So if I ever need to miss Monday, we can't do a split broadcast. So that's something to consider when you think, I like the split broadcast. Well, something to consider is if something ever happens, you may not get one. If I'm not able to be there, whatever, it's just the technical challenges are just too high of a cost. And so that's something we're trying to figure out what's the best way of doing it, but also being able to make sure everybody's represented in a good way. So let us know your opinions. Some people have put out some good stuff out there, and we'll try to come up with a good solution that continues to kind of help foster the growth of the ARCA series. So
I love
anything y'all want to add to any of that? Okay.
Well, the only thing I'll add, before anybody starts throwing any suggestions out there, the Pro-Am splits are not going anywhere. So don't even say it. Don't recommend it.
Yeah.
We don't care. Don't care about that opinion. Pro-Am splits aren't going anywhere.
Look, Jake sent me a message. It's like, hey, what do you think about the pros having their own race, the amateur having their own race? And it was not even – there's no need to have a discussion with me about that. That's the best thing that's happened to that series in a long time. Imagine just cutting that off and just be like, oh, you know what? We're just not going to do that anymore. Ridiculous. I don't want to hear it. All right.
Truthfully, the Xfinity and ARCA has probably been our two most popular series besides GT3 in the fall season. So I mean, what we're doing in ARCA is obviously working, and it's definitely not going to change.
Yeah, I love it. So definitely let us know your opinions on stuff. We love those. Everybody, and send them to Jake. Send all your opinions to Jake, DM him, director of the web store. Well, that's pretty much the whole show. We took it all out of here. Anything else y'all want to talk about before we head on out of here?
No, I mean, I guess if there's anything else we want to talk about, DM Jake. We'll get that conversation started there.
Topics for next week, just DM to Jake.
DM Jake. He'll get that all sorted out. And any of your orders, Jake. Anything that deals with racing, Jake. So yeah. I think we just anointed Jake. He's
everything. That's perfectly fine. I'm just
gonna bounce out of here. I'm gonna go on vacation. Because Eddie loves it when I go on vacation, and I'll dwell on trying to get him a new Warrior Spotlight more than once every 6 months.
Well, what you got for Goat of the Week, guys? Before we get out of here, I'm gonna start ending the week with Goat of the Week. Ending the show, I mean. That way we go out on a pretty high note, celebrate some of our members. Who do y'all got for Goat of the Week? Patrick, we'll start with you.
Nice. My Goat of the Week is Eddie Smith. Actually, I meant to do this last week as well, but we didn't get to it because we were talking about some other thing and all that stuff. And Eddie's gonna be like, "Don't talk about me. Don't talk about me at all." But been incredible working with you, brother, for the past 5 years, I guess, at this point in time. And then for all the hard work that you've put into watching, being a part of Goat Locker, helping it grow. Every time I turn my head around, he even smacks me around from time to time. He's like, "No, we're not doing that." And I'm like, oh, okay. We're not doing that. And so I appreciate everything that you do, Eddie. I truly, truly do. And I just appreciate our friendship at the end of the day, too. But thank you for everything that you do for Goat Locker. My Goat of the Week, Eddie Smith.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. But I don't deserve it. But I appreciate it nonetheless. You guys deserve everything that I put into it. I just appreciate y'all. Jake, who you got for Goat of the Week?
I'm gonna take Charles Avert. Like I said, I approached him a couple weeks ago with becoming series director for the ARCA East and all the stuff that he does with race control, and he immediately said yes without hesitation, took it all on, and has been working with me and Dan to get everything squared away for the 2026 season. And man, that guy's been working his ass off.
That's a good
one. Love it. Mine's Daniel Kirkiel, man. I got to every other week kind of give him.
We can't do that. We said he was barred, didn't we?
No, I got to do it, man. He is.
All right.
He's been setting up meetings and stuff. I mean, he's putting people together. He's doing all of the work. He's got spreadsheets. Say what you will about Daniel Kirkiel. I don't know people. If Lord of mercy, if you have a problem with him, I'd be surprised as hell. He's such a nice guy, but.
I do.
I tell you, no, not too many people working harder. I'd be very interested to know who works harder than Daniel Kirkiel in this series, and that's not to put anybody down, but it's hard for me to see somebody that's doing more legwork each and every week. There's a lot of really good people that work here, but Daniel goes it above and beyond sometimes, and so. As much as I want him to be barred, it's hard for me not to tell him how much we appreciate him and what he does. I requested very specific, something annoying as hell going into this series that needed to be in a spreadsheet for the ARCA series, and he made sure it was updated every week. He made sure everything was like it needed to be, even though he was moving to a different system. And, I can't say how much I appreciate him. And, Daniel, we appreciate you. You do a great job, and we hope that you stick around. I know Jake does. So.
Dan,
I'll tell you what. I mean, honestly, all jokes aside, I mean, Dan probably throws me about 100,000 DMs a day about everything. But he is honestly one of the best right hand man you could ever have, hands down.
Yeah, if he ever
100%.
decides he's gonna quit or whatever, I mean, it's a short drive to St. Louis. So Dan, if you're out there and you got any funny thoughts in your head, I'll jump in a car immediately.
Yeah. And if you ever die, we're gonna resurrect your ass.
Absolutely.
We're pulling you right out of the casket. So you
we got work.
Don't try to do that. You can't go that way either. So man, we sure appreciate everybody that does stuff around here. We'll get to you eventually. You'll be a go to the week at some point. All those names that you saw on that list. I want to thank all of the race control that have stepped up. Some new guys, some new race control that have volunteered their time, and all the broadcasters. Obviously, I'm biased, but I appreciate everybody that has put in work, that has done some really cool shit, and looking forward to some new faces, some new voices. If you want to be a part, always DM me. We've had some people reach out saying they want to be interested. I need producers. I need somebody who can produce a race. If you're tech savvy, or if you like tinkering with things, even if you're not like super tech guy, I don't need you to be a tech guy. I just need you to have a little bit of tech knowledge, but enough like you can get on Facebook. That's really all I need. Can you get on Facebook? Can you log into Netflix? That's really all I need. And you got a pretty decently good computer, which most of you do because you sim race. I've seen your rigs. So if you want to produce, Tim Jones produces, Mike McCarthy produces, and they had never done it. They run the Tuesday night series and the Saturday night series, and they'd never done it before this season. Or the summer series, excuse me. And those are some great broadcasts. They do a great job, fantastic. And so, of course, Lucas Lyons is as well. He has done some amazing stuff, not to leave him out. But those guys have just really never done anything like that. So, so it can be done. I need somebody who can click buttons and stuff. So if you really want to do that, hey, please reach out. I'll teach you everything you need to know. All right, well, that is it for us tonight. Thank y'all for watching. Hope that y'all enjoyed the show. As always, we'll be back next week. Hopefully, we'll have some guests that y'all haven't seen before. We can get on here and maybe introduce y'all to some more sponsors, some drivers, some people behind the scenes, some people that in front of the scenes, all that kind of stuff, and get them on. But Jake, we appreciate you coming on, talking about the series. Thank you as well for all that you do. If y'all don't know, whenever you go look at the sessions and you complain about them, just know that he sat there and put 500 sessions in a single day, going through there, selecting all those sessions. I can put up 2 before I make a bunch of mistakes and forget where I'm at. So can't imagine. Red Bull is in business still because of Jake in those sessions. So Red Bull and probably like I don't know, Marlboro Lights or some whatever you smoke. So thank you as well, and appreciate you being on with us this week and making time for us. I know you're super busy; it's hard to get you, so we're glad to have you here. So all right. Well, hey, we're gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for watching. Go watch the go spectate the Thursday night late model series, and I tell you what, just a little plug here. On the championship race for the late model, that will be broadcasted. So get ready for that. Yeah. Jake, no, don't point at me. It's Jacob Ellingson is he wants this to be broadcasted so bad. So Ellingson kind of wanted to put this together and get it going. Had a big charge for it. So the championship race for the late models, while you don't have a broadcast for the series, your championship race will be on the YouTube channel. So pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Love it.
Cool. Thanks to Jacob Ellingson for that. And, hey, we'll see y'all next week. Y'all have a good one. Bye.